What secrets lie beneath the waves, lost with the most powerful warship of its time? Step outside on the morning of August 10, 1628. What was meant to be a grand celebration draws crowds to Stockholm's harbor. Merchants pause their work, families gather along the waterfront, and flags snap sharply in the wind. Cannons stand ready to salute. Sweden's greatest warship, the Vasa, is about to sail for the first time. But within less than 20 minutes, it will vanish forever. The Vasa, a marvel of engineering and ambition, tipped, flooded, and sank before it ever reached open sea. Not in a storm or battle, but in calm conditions, right before the eyes of the people who built it. It didn't sink empty. The ship went down carrying silver coins, valuable weapons, ceremonial swords, military supplies, and the personal belongings of officers and crew. But more importantly, it bore the ambitions of a rising empire. And not everything that went down with the Vasa would ever be recovered. Built to dominate the Baltic Sea, the Vasa was over 69 meters long and armed with 64 bronze cannons arranged across 2 full gun decks, an unprecedented design for its time. Its towering masts supported an enormous sail plan, while hundreds of carved wooden statues adorned the hull, painted in bright reds, blues, and golds. These figures depicted kings, warriors, lions, and mythological heroes, serving not just as decoration, but as a powerful message. King Gustavus Adolphus wanted a ship that projected strength, wealth, and divine authority. Every carving, every cannon, every coin on board reinforced that image. But the ship was rushed, modified while still under construction, and fatally unbalanced. Originally designed with a single gun deck, the Vasa was altered to carry 2, yet the hull remained narrow while the weight above deck increased dramatically. Insufficient ballast stones couldn't counterbalance the massive cannons and upper structures. Even sailors noticed the problem. Before launch, a stability test was conducted, where 30 men ran back and forth across the deck. After just a few passes, the test was stopped. The ship swayed dangerously. But the king was away at war, and no one dared delay the launch. On that fateful August day, the Vasa set sail. A light gust of wind filled the sails as the ship moved slowly out of the harbor. It leaned to one side, then corrected itself. Another gust followed, and the ship leaned again, further this time. Water poured through the open gun ports on the lower deck. In mere moments, the ship lost all stability. The Vasa attempted to right itself once more. It failed. Rolling onto its side, the ship sank in shallow water, just a few hundred meters from shore. More than 30 lives were lost, trapped below decks or pulled under by the current. The pride of Sweden disappeared beneath the surface in full view of the astonished crowd. Among the wreckage were silver coins intended for military expenses, officers' personal savings, weapons, tools, clothing, and valuable supplies meant for war. When the ship settled into the harbor mud, many of these objects remained exactly where they fell. Early recovery efforts focused on one thing: the cannons. In the decades following the sinking, divers using primitive equipment managed to recover most of the bronze cannons, too valuable to leave behind. But the rest of the ship was left untouched, too large, too heavy, too difficult to raise. And so the Vasa was forgotten. For more than 3 centuries, it rested on the harbor floor, preserved by the cold, brackish waters of the Baltic Sea. Unlike the open ocean, the Baltic lacked shipworms that normally destroy wooden wrecks, and there were no strong currents to scatter debris. The Vasa became a sealed time capsule. Then, in 1956, everything changed. Marine engineer Anders Franzen located the wreck after years of research and sampling the harbor floor. In 1961, salvage teams raised the Vasa in one of the most complex recovery operations ever attempted. What emerged stunned the world. The ship was almost completely intact. Nearly 95% of the original structure survived. Archaeologists recovered more than 40,000 artifacts, cannons, carved sculptures, tools, clothing, personal items, and silver coins. Even food remains and crew belongings were preserved. But something was missing. Coins were found scattered across the wreck rather than stored in chests. Certain spaces where valuables might have been kept were empty. While there is no evidence of large-scale theft, historians agree that not everything that went down with the ship was recovered. Some objects were likely buried deep beneath layers of harbor sediment. Others may have been removed during early salvage efforts in the 1600s, when recovering artifacts was unregulated and undocumented. Some may still be sealed within collapsed sections of the hull, unreachable without damaging the ship itself. Today, the Vasa stands in its own museum in Stockholm, towering over visitors like a ghost from the past. Its carved faces still stare outward, its cannons remain lined along the decks. Visitors walk the same levels where sailors once stood, surrounded by the remains of a ship frozen in time. What sank the Vasa is no longer a mystery. Engineers and historians understand the design flaws, the rushed construction, and the political pressure that doomed the ship. But what went down with it and what never came back up remains uncertain. Because sometimes the greatest treasures aren't just gold or silver. They're the unanswered details, the missing objects, the secrets history never fully gives back. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like and subscribe for more lost treasures, forgotten disasters, and mysteries buried beneath history. And let me know in the comments, do you think something valuable is still missing from the Vasa, or has time already claimed it forever?